Welcome back to the deep dive. So, when you're in Tokyo, Ikebukuro is it's one of those places you can't avoid.
It really is. One of the big three with Shinjuku and Shibuya.
And it feels completely modern. Just a massive, busy commercial hub.
It's so easy to just see it as a terminal.
Yeah.
But if you actually dig in, Ikebukuro has this incredible multi-layered history. It's full of trivia that I think most people just walk right over without realizing.
So that's our goal today, then, to peel back some of those layers.
Exactly. Uncover the surprisingly rural and sometimes pretty dark history that really defined the place.
Okay, let's start with the most obvious thing. When I looked up Ikebukuro, all I saw were pictures of owl statues. The Ikebukuro.
Right.
Why is that everywhere if it has, well, nothing to do with the original name?
It's just fantastic branding. I mean, it capitalizes on the sound alike, fukuru, which means owl. But that's a much, much later marketing thing.
Ah, okay.
The real story is a lot less glamorous. The name actually comes from a real place, the Fukuro Ike.
The Bag Pond?
The Bag Pond, yeah. It was near where the west exit is now. The whole area was this sort of bag-shaped, low-lying marshland.
So Ikebukuro literally means pond bag. We're talking about a swamp named after a soggy backpack.
Pretty much. And that dramatically explains why it developed so much later than, nearby Zushigaya or Shuka.
Because the entire area was just a geographical headache.
For centuries, yeah. It was just this quiet agricultural spot, Ikebukuro village. Draining that wetland was just too difficult and expensive.
But the marsh did have its own charm, didn't it? We found that detail from the Edo period.
Oh, the fireflies, yeah.
Before all the trains and concrete, the area around Okiai was apparently famous for hotarugari.
Firefly viewing. It was this beautiful little moment in nature before the industrial shift completely took over.
And that shift really started with the railway.
Ikebukuro's destiny was sealed when the Yamanote line showed up in 1903. Then urbanization just exploded after the 1923 Great Kanto earthquake.
Right, because people fled the devastated eastern parts of the city.
And moved west to the suburbs, which they saw as much safer.
And that gets us to probably the most confusing piece of Ikebukuro trivia, the one that trips everyone up.
The Great Department Store Paradox.
How on earth is the Seibu department store on the east exit?
When the Seibu train line is on the west, it's completely backwards.
It makes no sense.
It's a historical quirk. Basically, the Musashino Railway, which became Seibu, they needed a big store on the booming east side, so they just bought one.
They bought an existing store.
Yeah, the Kikuya department store, back in 1935. Meanwhile, Tobu was developing the west side. And boom, a corporate battlefront right across the station.
Which is why everything's so concentrated right there. It's why people call it Ikebukuro.
Station bag. The city could never escape the station's gravity.
That nickname really points to that historical divide. But if we pivot from corporate drama to the land itself, there's an even older, darker story.
The Four-Faced Tower. It's a chilling bit of local legend.
Tell us about that.
So back in 1721, this tower, the Shimen Tuson, was built in the original village. It was meant to seal away a demon.
A demon?
After Tsujigiri, a roadside killer, murdered 17 people. The legend is that whenever developers tried to move that tower for construction, terrible things happened.
Like what?
Well, the most famous story is that moving it twice led to fatal accidents and the eventual bankruptcy of the Marubutsu department store, which is now Parco.
Wow. So from a quiet marsh to a legendary curse, all leading to this massive hub, it really is a city defined by its divisions.
And it keeps layering on new identities. You had the pre-war Ikebukuro Montparnasse, which was this bohemian artist colony.
And now it's a huge hub for otaku culture, especially with Otome Road, plus all the new theaters like Hareza Ikebukuro.
And that transformation is still happening. There are massive redevelopment plans that go all the way to 2043. The core idea is to make the area walkable.
Walkable hub.
By actually removing car lanes near the east and west exits to finally stitch the two sides of the station together for people on foot.
So, to sum it up, Ikebukuro started as a swamp named after a pond, exploded because of a disaster, and is now defined by a mixed-up retail identity and an ancient curse.
It's a city of constant dramatic change.
What a story.
And what's fascinating is that the marsh and then the railway, they both reinforce that deep east-west divide.
Yeah.
So it makes you think, with this history of separation by geography, by corporations, by train tracks, will these new walkable city plans finally be enough to shake that Ikebukuro nickname?
And finally connect its past with its future.
Will it become one unified space? That's something to ponder next time you're rushing through that station.